I'm ashamed I've been divorced 2 times over dumb shit. I'm ashamed my son call another nigga pops, cause his mom still bitter we didn't work it out.
Welcome back, everybody, to a very, very special segment of The Ash Show. This is your favorite host, Angela Stanton King, and you know I'm always just asking. But today is a little bit more personal because the guest that I have on the show today is my very own child. And you all haven't seen us since we were at odds on Dr. Phil. Here's a clip from that moment.
Despite what she's saying about how she's not going to be convinced otherwise, she is invested in understanding not just her daughter, but the,
what daughter?
the transgender community.
What
you
daughter?
may be able to dominate the dialogue, but you will
But
not
what
control
daughter?
the outcome of the
daughter?
message that we
What
spread
daughter?
today.
You cannot yell people down and win.
It's not
that
yelling
particular
people
point.
down,
You
but
have
it's the
to
fact that you
allow
brought somebody
other
on this
people-
show that's going to try to tell me my son is a woman.
So, as you guys can see, me, Mama Bear, I wasn't a happy camper at the time. But there's one thing that kind of can heal relationships, and I think it's time. So we're here, we're back, and we're going to discuss our journey. Jay, Mama Baby, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Really delighted to be here.
So listen, you've gotten a lot of slack from your own community, LGBTQ community. People have been saying, oh, your mother, she's heartless, she said things that are unforgivable. Why are you talking to her? Why are you allowing her in your life? Just from your own personal perspective, from our own relationship, just growing up, like, where are you now? Like, as far as our relationship, do you think I have a better understanding of your journey? And just how do you feel about our relationship?
So firstly, addressing both parts of your question, I feel like it's really a bold statement for anyone to question why a child would be talking to their mother, no matter what we went through, or no matter what was said, or no matter how I felt or how you felt, just to question a child having the relationship with their mother. I really feel like that is kind of crazy in the first place. And going back to getting flack from the LGBTQIA plus community, what I personally have realized is our story, though dramatized and on TV, is similar to a lot of the stories of people in the community. I'm not the only person like me in the world who have ran into issues with their parents. You know what I'm saying? It's actually really frequent in our community that parents just don't always see it how we see it. And sometimes that's our reality. But I feel like, if anything, us doing the show and giving a sense of relatability to someone anywhere in the nation who was going through what we were going through, I feel like, if anything, it is a positive. So, like, we're not the only people in the world who have went through this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not the only mother-parent, mother-child duo to have had issues and to blow up and say some really messed up things to each other that I feel like we both shouldn't have said. But to be able to show now that we can grow past it, and, like, it's not always bad. You know, rainy days don't last forever, and certain relationships can be salvaged, and boundaries can be, like, drawn, and respect can be given on both sides. I feel like that really just shows our growth.
And I think for, any parent that's out there, just speaking from a parental perspective, because you, of course, my baby, I think that anybody that knows us, anybody that's in our family, any of our friends, they know that you and I have had quite a different relationship. You've always been very fond of me. I've always loved my baby Jay, and we've always rode for each other. There've been times that we haven't agreed, but you my baby, and your mom has always been there for you. And I think, just from a parental perspective, if you have grown to know someone for 18 years and just cared for this person and known this person to be who you thought they were, and then there was a change, then of course there's that disconnect, there's that feeling of loss, and there's a transition that a parent has to go through. And I just want to say to anybody that's in your community that's making the decision, right, or some of the decisions that you have made, to be understanding to your parent and just give them time, because it's not just you going through that transition, it's your whole family that's going to go through that transition. And I think that we all take things different ways. But I don't want you to ever think, right, that I don't love you. I don't want you to ever believe that I hate you or that I'm against you. I love you. I will live and die for you. I think that as your mother, it's just important for other people to know that when you decide to make a transition, that it's not just you that goes through it, your whole family kind of goes through it. And I just kind of felt like, in a sense, that I was losing the person that I had grown to love and now being forced to accept someone new. But I think over time and after we've gone through all that we've gone through, I realized that's still my baby in there. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, that's my baby. And so let's just talk about our journey. Man, we've been through a lot. And I mean, today, things have changed for both of us. I mean, you're really successful in your career and your endeavors, what you're doing. God has blessed me, but there were times that you and I together were out, basically hustling, trying to support our family. I mean, if it wasn't from taking a box of wax and melting it down in the candles.
Selling candles at the mall.
Listen, at the mall on the corner. And of course, between me and Jay was the top salesperson. 100%. I mean, I don't know, but we was kind of neck and neck.
I
but
knew how to tell the people what they needed to hear.
Told the people what they needed to hear. We sold books. We sold candles. Yes. We raised money for organizations. I remember there were times when, just as a struggling parent, because your father, who we both love dearly, who is gone on now, had to spend some time in prison. But I remember times when I couldn't give you and your brothers and your sister everything for Christmas. So I say, you know what? We're going to have a toy drive and give to other children. And here you are as a child, right? Not having the own things that you desired for Christmas, but your mother forcing you to raise money and do a toy drive for other children, like in the shelter that had nothing. How did certain things like that throughout your life contribute to building your character and who you are today?
I feel like my childhood and a lot of experiences I had as a child just kind of made me more so of a selfless person. Of course, differences in lifestyle, everybody can agree and disagree on, but fundamentally, I feel like I'm a really good person. You know what I'm saying? I have a good heart, and I got that from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I genuinely care for people. I don't know, I just think doing stuff like that growing up, if anything, made me a good person. And I don't really feel like I missed out on nothing. Was I the most spoiled child in the world? No, but I feel like I was very well taken care of. And I would like to go ahead and thank you for that in general, because I may not have had every single thing I wanted, but I was a well taken care of child. I had nice shoes. I had nice clothes. I never can name a day of my child where I just went hungry. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of kids don't get that, and they don't have that. So despite of what we've been through, it may not have all been peaches and cream, but it wasn't all bad either.
Right. And we made a way out of no way. And I think that that's our message. I think, now that my children are grown, your little sister Imani is doing awesome things, man, all over Steve Harvey. I mean, just watching our growth, where we are today, I think that God is blessed us. But let me just tell you on this show, because people won't give me the opportunity to speak when I'm on their platforms, because they already they always want to create division, and that's what we're about. That's not what we're about. But I want to tell you that I love you and that I'm very proud of you. And I may not agree with everything that you do, and that's okay, because I'm not supposed to. And some things you have to learn on your own, because that's just our life process. Like, I can remember my mother when I was younger, and she would say, when you're older, you'll understand. When you have children yourself, you'll understand. And I couldn't understand then, because some things only come with maturity. Some things only come with living long enough and gaining wisdom. But as your mother, I love you, right? I'll never lie to you, right? But I do respect your choices. And I don't have to agree with the mom, but I respect the fact that I believe that you're an adult capable of making your own decisions and understanding the consequences or the benefits that come behind them. So I applaud you for being brave enough, right? That regardless of what I say, what anybody say, that you're gonna live your life. And like your mama always say, regardless of what you do, you just be the best at it, all right?
100%.
Yeah. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to the 6th episode of The Ash Show. Don't forget to visit our website for our organization, the American King Foundation. Look at the bottom of your screen, www.theakf.org. We're having a tour. We're going from city to city, and we're making sure that you have information that you need on the right to your own body and resources that you can use throughout your community. Not only that, our next stop is Chicago, so make sure that you're donating and supporting the cause. You also need to visit theashow.com. Sign up, become a monthly subscriber, get access to all of the behind-the-scenes footage and also my lives. You never know where I'm at, you never know what I'm doing, but you always know I'm just asking. See you next week.
I'm ashamed I've been divorced 2 times over dumb shit. I'm ashamed my son call another nigga pops, cause his mom still bitter, we didn't work it out. I'm ashamed when I was young I sold my father rocks. Ashamed I dropped out of high school to play the block.